Hi friends, and welcome back to another I Love This Stuff with Meghan Hughes. I'm Meghan Hughes, and this is my series where I just talk about all the things that I love in my life. And there's a lot this month, I will say. So we're just gonna start off with like the first category we normally do, bathroom goodies. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna talk about is actually like 3 things, but hold on. Plain products is the shit. They just are, honestly. And this is not sponsored, okay? I just am so passionate about this company. I featured them actually in my like ways to be more eco-conscious and like zero waste kind of guide that I had. I think that video is from like 2 weeks ago or so. But anyways, I talked about them in there, and they're basically just a company that sells shampoos and conditioners and body lotions and washes and stuff. But the containers are stainless steel, and then they are refillable. So they send you like a box, and then once you're done with them, it says on the front, I'm refillable, return me. So you're not throwing out like a bunch of plastic bottles every time you're out of your shampoo and conditioner. This is just the way to be sustainable. Like, this is just such a sustainable company. I love them. And then the huge perks are they're vegan, sulfate-free, color-safe, biodegradable formula, cruelty-free, paraben-free, kid-safe, just like all of the things. And I just love them so much. My mom actually introduced me to this company, and I am grateful. So what I currently have is the shampoo, the conditioner, and then the body wash. And I would say that this shampoo and conditioner are definitely like my faves. So if you're looking for, you know, new ones of those, then definitely check them out. The body wash, I just wish that I got in a different scent. I do love Miss Rosemary Mint and Vanilla, but I think I just need a different scent on my body that I'm using in my hair. I don't know, is that a weird thing? I think it might be, but yeah. Basically, I love them. I will have them linked in the description. Well, I'll have all of these things linked in the description so you can check them the heck out. But support small companies like this, man. They're doing great things. They're doing God's work. Oh, that was the next product I was gonna talk about, and now it's on the floor. Damn it. The next thing I wanted to talk about today is this Burt's Bees cleanser for my face. As you guys know, I have been passionate about herbalism from Lush for years at this point. I mean, it's getting absurd. I have loved that product for so long, and I still love it. I mean, like, I would definitely go back to it, but I ran out. And when I run out of things, in companies who, you know, watch my channel or whatever, they send me stuff, I just use it because I'm like, why would I go and buy more if this is showing up at my door? So that's what happened with this. And they did send me this so that I could try them out for a brand deal that I'm doing with them, like via Instagram. But this, me sharing this right now, and this I love this stuff, this is not sponsored. I get no money. I just wanted to talk about this specific product from the sensitive skin collection that they have because it is bomb, okay? Most cleansers that I use on my face, like once I switch it up, my skin just automatically breaks out because it's like, what are you doing to me? You know, like you've been using this past product for so long, and then you switch it up and it goes into shock mode, you know? But that has not happened. Do you see? Like, I don't have any blemishes right now, and this is just so good for sensitive skin. It doesn't make me break out. It doesn't give me redness. It doesn't make my face look tomato-like. It has some good stuff in here like cotton extract and rice extract and all of those things to like soothe the skin, and aloe, so it's like very calming. And I definitely recommend it for girls who have like allergies to a lot of products, or if you have like eczema or rosacea or any of those kinds of things. It was allergy tested, dermatologist tested. It got like the National Eczema Association seal of approval or something like that. It doesn't have any fragrances or any of those things. I'm just passionate about this product, okay? Really good stuff, and it's super moisturizing. It doesn't make me feel like I need to add a bunch of more stuff after I use it on my face, which I freaking love. All right, the next bathroom goodie I have is a bamboo toothbrush. I was also talking about these in my zero waste video because, well, I was talking about them, but I still was using a plastic toothbrush in that video, and I had just like ordered my bamboo toothbrushes, and these were like $6 and came in a pack of 4. Incredible deal right there. And they're like numbered for your family members, so if you want to get them for your whole family to transition to brushing with bamboo, I would recommend, because so many plastic toothbrushes are ending up in our oceans every single year, washing up on shores, all of those things. And these are completely biodegradable, okay? They're iconic. If everybody in the world used these, it would just be a better place. Another zero waste product I have been loving is these wool dryer balls. I have talked about them in a vlog, in the zero waste video, and now in this, so you can can tell I am passionate. But basically you just put, if you want your clothes to like smell good, you can add essential oils, just a couple drops onto the little ball, throw it in the dryer, and these will replace your dryer sheets, which are very harmful for the environment and really can't be reused or anything. They're like single-use wipes, you know? Unless those wipes are compostable, then they just like sit around in landfills and they don't biodegrade, they don't do anything. So these are a great alternative. They definitely don't take as much static away from your clothes as dryer sheets do, so I would recommend maybe throwing 2 in there. So yeah, that's the only like con to using them, but the pros are, whew, boy, they outweigh the cons. All right, this next thing is a supplement. It is my probiotic. And somebody actually commented, I think on one of my Instagram posts recently, and was like, can you talk about how to naturally get rid of yeast infections? And boy, do I have tips on this, because honestly, when I was on the birth control pill, which I am not anymore, I'm using the FAM method, fertility awareness method. I'll do a video about that when I am fully equipped to talk about it. I have like a whole book on it that I've been reading up on. This is a completely different tangent, but I don't want to talk about that in this video, but that is my method of current birth control. Anyways, when I was on the pill, I would always get yeast infections from it. It was like a shock my body was going into, kind of like what I was talking about with the skincare. My body was just like, what's happening? And it would react in giving me yeast infections. And that is just one, really unpleasant, very itchy, gross to deal with when you have a partner. Like there's just so many cons to having yeast infections. I was so sick of it. And my body in the past couple of months, even since I've stopped taking birth control or having an IUD in, I think my body is like getting used to its, you know, natural flow again, and like my cervical fluids and whatnot. I know that's kind of a gross term, but it's the only way I can describe it, man. They really fluctuate, and sometimes I'm just very itchy down there, and I'm just like, oh my God, what's happening? So I took matters into my own hands and decided to go on a probiotic. And I was using one in the past for my gut health, and then I just stopped taking it for some reason. Oh, the reason was it was very expensive. I used to get them from Whole Foods, and I was like, fuck this, dude, I'm not doing this anymore. So I just stopped taking it, but this is for vaginal, digestive, and immune system health. So 3 benefits right there. This is Once Daily Women's, and it's from the Garden of Life. I got this off of Amazon. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, and they're in vegetarian capsules, which is just so many pluses. All you vegans out there can use these. But yeah, I think there's about 30 capsules or so in this, but the ingredients in this are just, there's so many different cultures that they're throwing into it to like balance your gut and your vag and like all of that stuff. And I've been seeing some great improvement in my general itchiness down there, vaginal health, all of the things. So I would definitely recommend for anybody to take a probiotic, even if you don't have those symptoms or problems. Like, just freaking do it, man, because you don't want to just like keep going to your gyno being like, I'm itchy, and then being like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, my lighting is really going in and out here, man. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, just take matters into your own hands. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. All right, this next thing I have to talk about today is a book. My mom recommended this book to me, and it's called Braiding Sweetgrass: Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and the Teachings of Plants. And this is by Robin Wall Kimmerer, I believe is how you say the last name. And this is such a beautiful book. I am so fully absorbed in this book, and I'm only on page 50. And I normally don't like to talk about books in this unless I've like finished them, but I'm so passionate about every single little story in this. And all of the stories in this book basically just make me see nature in a different way, if that makes sense, like really as a gift. And you know, I always knew it was, but I don't know. These are just really beautiful stories. And there's one specific one that I read at the beginning of this in here called The Gift of Strawberries that I love. And it just makes me appreciate strawberries so much more, and like where they come from, and having them grow wild is like such a gift to the world. Oh, that's how I feel about the cherry trees that my neighbor has. Oh my God, what a gift. She literally just brought me a basket of like cherries the other day and was just like, I have so many, here you go. And like, that is the type of shit that this book is talking about, like the gifts that nature brings and how we can share them with each other and with the world. So yeah, that's some hippy dippy book read shit for you, but truly great book. All right, now I have foods and kitchen things to talk about with you guys. First off, my freaking cookie jar. Oh my God, I'm actually matching with him today because I have Pooh on my overalls, and he is my Pooh Bear little cookie jar. He's very noisy because his head kind of rattles around, so I'm trying not to make him make too much noise for you guys. But I found this at an antique shop, and he's an original Disney like Pooh Bear cookie jar that I found. And the cookies that are in this, I really needed to talk about. So I have become the type of girl to always have cookies homemade in her cookie jar ever since I got this, because like when people come over, it's just nice to have around, and like Finley and I always just love to snack on cookies, and I just love making different cookie recipes. So this being said, I made these last night, which are little s'more cookies, and they're so fucking good. Oh my God. I will link the recipe to these down below. Let me finish this before I talk with my mouth full. I basically tweeted yesterday before I made those and was like, can you send me cookie recipes? Because I feel like I've made all of the simple, regular cookies that there are to make. I mean, I even went as far as to make like lemon lavender cookies. Those were bomb. I featured them in another. I love this stuff. I've made snickerdoodles bunches and bunches of times. Multiple forms of like caramel cookies, butterscotch cookies, freaking Butterfinger cookies I just made. Those were dank too, but these are the dankest, okay? And I got the suggestion from one of you. So shout out to the girl who tweeted me to make s'mores cookies, because I looked up, you know, soft s'more cookie recipe, and I came across this one recipe that was like, in parentheses, my husband's favorite. So I was like, well, these have to be iconic if they're her husband's favorite, and they are now Finley's favorite as well. And I was kind of like a little skittish, I guess is the word, to make chocolate chip cookies, because he was like, I just don't love like chocolate chip things too much. It's not like I hate chocolate or hate chocolate chips, but it's just like, you know, there's so many other cookies out there and you should just make those. So I've been trying to make every branch of every cookie like other than that. And I've just been trying to switch it up. So this all being said, if you have an iconic cookie recipe, please leave it in the description, like a link or, you know, the ingredients, whatever, because I want to make all of the cookies. But these ones are so good and you have to try them out. And my next food item, I also talked about in a recent vlog. I've been vlogging like once a week on my other channel. If you're interested in seeing like our life here in Oregon, you can go and watch those. Anyways, this gluten-free bread. I am not gluten-free, but I have kind of linked gluten to, if I eat like a ton of it, I get migraines. And I'm like, oh my God, what a fucking twist of my life. And so I've just been trying to eat less of it, not like completely cutting out gluten altogether, but having gluten-free bread for like my eggs in the morning and stuff like that to put them on is great. And I actually found out about this from the kids that I started nannying here in my new town. They eat this all the time, and because they're obsessed with it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sneak a piece. And I had one and it was so freaking good. This is from the brand Franz. I believe it's like an Oregon-based company, so rock on. And it's soy-free, dairy-free, nut-free, and has no corn syrup or anything in that realm. It's just good ass bread, man. And I really like it. And so I've been eating this passionately, and I just want to share it with you guys, especially if you're a gluten-free bae. All right, now the last handheld item I have to talk about today is also like a food slash drink item. Just this cold brew mocha coffee that we found at Safeway. I normally go shopping alone, like grocery shopping, and Finley came with me the other day and he found this, and I'm so grateful that he came with me and found this there, because it's incredible. It's like, you know, the mocha makes it a little chocolatey, and you only need like a shot's worth of it in the mornings, and just I mix it with some almond milk, and it is just impeccable. It is truly so good. So I wanted to talk about this for any of you coffee fiends out there, you crazy coffee heads. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm trying to like birth my title. Anyways, I have tons of music to talk about with you guys today, so we're gonna get to that before I say so long and farewell. Teyana Taylor, my friend just texted me about her right before I sat down to film this. Thank you, Nick. Truly. She has a new album that just came out called KTSE, and it's like an R&B and soul album. I really only listened to like the first couple of songs while I was getting ready to film this video, but Issues slash Hold On is so far my fave. She's iconic. She's such a talented singer, and I just love her. She sounds like a mixture of like Beyonce and like Georgia Smith and Rihanna, like all meshed together. And those are just some queens right there, so you can just, you know, it speaks for itself. She's very good. Also, if you guys like rock and roll, you should, because it is just a dying genre. And I truly believe that this band, Greta Van Fleet, will revive rock and roll, because Finley was telling me some crazy statistics the other day about how rock and roll has truly just started to die, and nobody has really started coming out with like new rock and roll bands and like music that is like topping the charts. Like once AC/DC and like the White Stripes and stuff like that started, you know, falling off into the distance. I'm not saying they're falling off as bands, like people fucking love those bands and they will stay relevant forever, you know? But as for new music, like young kids who are bringing in rock and roll tunes, there isn't too many of them. But Greta Van Fleet is one of those bands. So I want you to support them because like I said, rock and roll's freaking dying, man. And we don't want that to happen. It's a great genre. So please go listen to this album. They only have one album out from 2017. It's called From the Fires. And I'm definitely late to the game on this. I know that a lot of people have been like, Megan, listen to Greta. Like they're great. And my siblings actually put me on to them. But yeah, my favorite songs are definitely Highway Tune and Flower Power. That is another one that I really am passionate about. So check that shit out. And then the next artist I want to talk about is David Jacobs Strain. David Jacob Strain. And I love this album from him called Live from the Left Coast. I'm sure that you have not heard about him before, and if you have, then please comment down below, because Finley and I found out about David from, we went to Brew Camp in Silverton, which is like a beer festival, and they had like some smaller musicians just playing, you know, for people, and we were just walking by and he was playing and he was so talented. He has one of those like slide things, you know, that he uses on his finger on the guitar and makes all those fucking crazy ass noises, harmonica, just a king of the tunes. He is great. We were just like sitting there for so long, just taking it all in. And then yeah, I looked him up on Apple Music after that, and I found this album called Live from the Left Coast. And Treetop Flyer is my favorite freaking song off the whole like thing. He played it at Brew Camp actually, and we were like, damn, that was a good song. But now we listen to it in the car all the time. He's just so talented. I also really like Hurricane Railroad and Big Legged Mamas, and they all kind of go like back to back to back in the album, but just listen to the whole thing because he's talented as heck, and I love to put him on. And then the last album that I want to talk about, I know I have a ton that I've been talking about today, but Lost and Found from Georgia Smith, okay? Iconic album. Also in the R&B and soul kind of genre. I have a lot of that to talk about today, I'm realizing, but she is fucking iconic. I have been using that word a lot, but she truly is. And I was playing her a lot in like episode 43, I want to say, of my podcast when this album first came out. But my favorite songs off of the album in general are Teenage Fantasy, February 3rd, Blue Lights, Lifeboats. That freestyle is like my all-time favorite off the album. Goodbyes, just like every single song. I've been listening to this album, no joke, every day, and I haven't gotten sick of it. So please go and listen to her if you love a nice R&B queen like me. And that is just all the things I had to talk about today. I just had to like look down and like make sure, yes, I covered my bases here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up for me. Comment down below what your favorite thing about these videos is, because I just would love to know. I make these a lot, and sometimes I'm like, are people getting sick of them? I don't know. So yeah, just let me know. And subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Ring the notifications bell if you want to be notified the next time I upload. And until the next upload, it will be a haul. Stay smiling. Bye guys.
Trying to figure out how this is